Greetings and welcome to Monster Legends, and another special feeding episode. This time we have a watery fellow who we got in a recent event. This is Watinhart? Watenheart? Watinhart. I'm gonna call him Watinhart. Anyway, he has some open rune slots. He's half lobster, but we won't hold that against him. No, we won't. So anyway, he's legendary, he's water. Now, water a lot of times has denial, but not necessarily all the time. So he might be a completely different animal since he's half lobster and half octopus or something like that. But he does have a shield, which could mean that he's like Tinky or something like that. So I guess we're going to find out. So let's find a home for him. No, dude. No. Real slick try, but I actually have a new home for you because I put down a new one here. And you get to be here all by yourself. Okay, there's something you don't see every day. Right. Okay, so let's check this guy out. Not really sure what you were doing there. I guess he was jumping into his shield and shooting. I have no idea. Anyway, this is gonna, of course, change his name. We'll find a nice name for him in the future. Okay, so this is a legendary. This is water. That's a lot of power. That's a decent amount of speed, and that's a lot of life. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Pretty good stats there to start with. Anyway, let's check him out. He seems to be immune to freeze, which is kind of useful. His skills, let's check out these skills. Okay, Marine Defender. Okay, that's a little physical. We have Costell's favorite. We got a little water. And, of course, we'll get to find out what this one's all about. Special skill, Water Lasers. Okay, deals very heavy water damage, may burn target, gains 50% shield. Okay, it's one target. So in other words, he's going to attack one target with water, burn him somehow, and gain a 50% shield for 2 rounds. That's kind of interesting. It falls into the tanky thing there. Let's take a look over here. When a drift net swept part of his family away from him, Watenheart decides to devote his life to protecting the ocean. Hence the tanky part, right? He always does so with the best attitude, and even in the most dangerous times, he brings hope and strength to the creatures of the ocean. Of course, he's not in the ocean anymore. Okay, dude, come on out, everything's fine. Okay, so anyway, he's a wee fella. He's not going to protect anybody at this age. So let's get him up to 4. There he goes. All right. He's better prepared to protect, but he's still a youngin'. He's a teen. Okay, but his laser beams still work. So let's start checking out his skills. First one at level 7. Arctic Water deals low water damage, 50% chance of freezing. Okay, so he's going to have some denial. I'm going to take that one. All right. I mean, it's a great way to protect there, right? Freeze your enemies. All right, let's get to level 10 in his next skill. Deepwater Horizon. Steals life from target. Okay. We don't know how much that is, but stealing life, it's not bad idea. Not a bad idea. Taking life away from your enemies, give it to yourself, make yourself stronger. Helps with that whole defending thing. All right, let's get to level 15. Check out his next one. Deals moderate special damage. Gains a 20% shield for 2 turns. That's not bad. We'll just throw that up here for now. So he has a little bit of freezing, and he's got shielding. He's got shielding in his special, too. I don't know if he's going to carry burning over, or he just does the laser beams in his special. I guess we're going to find out. At level 20. Rainbow Warrior deals heavy special damage, makes enemy weak against water attacks. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I'm going to put that one there instead. I'm sure we're going to get a better one for this because I like that one. First of all, it's heavy special damage, which is good. 1 round cooldown. And making enemies weak to water, that could be very useful. Could be very useful. I mean, he's got a lot of water. Of course, I'll have to keep the water attacks, right? Alright, so that's pretty good. Let's get to 25 and his final evolution. 6-pack rings. Okay. Deals moderate water damage, requires cooldown. Oh, that's a group attack. It doesn't say it in the text, but it says up here, multiple enemies. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Why don't we throw that up here for the moment? Just because I got nowhere else to put it. But that's kind of interesting. High on the moderate end there. High on the moderate end. That's not so bad. Not so bad at all. And, okay, I was about to say there he is, his final form, but we can't see it at the moment. There he is! His final form! Doesn't look a lot different from when he was a teenager. But I guess if the look works for him, you know? Okay, so let's go on to level 30. Antarctic water. Deals moderate water damage, may freeze. Okay, so this is an upgrade for this one. Instead of going to the Arctic, we're going to the Antarctic. 1 round cooldown, moderate damage, single target freeze. Let us continue. To level 35 and his next skill. Rainbow Revenge. Deals moderate special damage, makes enemy very weak against water attacks. For 2 turns. Okay, I'm very confused. Makes enemy very weak against... Makes enemies very weak against... Did I get these in the wrong order? Because Rainbow Warrior seems better in every way. It's got more damage. It's the same damage type. It does the same effect. And has a lower cooldown. I don't know. Did I get them in the wrong order? Maybe I got them in the wrong order. I don't know. That's weird. I'm going to obviously keep the one that I have. And I don't really see a reason for a second one. Especially with the 1 round cooldown, you know what I mean? Okay, level 40. Unless it was a group. Was it a group? No, it doesn't say it's a group. See, this would work if it was a group, but it's not a group. So, I mean, I could understand it. You know, at this point, I could understand it if it was a group attack. I mean, it would be great if it was a group attack, especially if you tagged him with somebody else. But I just don't understand this one. This one doesn't make any sense to me. It's lower damage, it's triple the cooldown time, and it has the same effect. Why would I want it? I don't understand. Is that a mistake? I don't know. All I know is the other one is better. So I don't want to see that one anymore. I don't want to see that one anymore. I want other skills. Come on. Level 50. Gun Shell. Deals very heavy special damage. Gains a 30% shield. Oh. Didn't we have one? No, that's the Steel Life. You know, that's an early one, and I don't know how much damage that does. I'm kind of tempted to leave it in, but you know it is an early one. It's a very early one, so I can't imagine it does that much damage. This one, though, is very useful. I'm gonna take this one. If there is an upgrade for this Steel Life one, I'll worry about it then. Okay, so we got 2 more shots here. Hopefully we don't see that other one anymore. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, level 55. Okay, could you please make this one go away? Because I don't even know why it's there. It basically just sucks. Okay, ooh. Speaking of which, Prestige Oil Spill. Okay, steals life from target, requires cooldown. Alright, that's a good group attack, especially on a 2-round cooldown. This one, it's a very heavy damage. Makes weak against water. See, this one might be a good follow-up for that if it's water damage. I don't know how the damage is going to be treated. This is a freeze. You know, what I might do is I might take this one, the Steel Life, for testing. And if it turns out to be good, I might hold on to it. Otherwise, I'll go back to Gun Shell. I do want to test this one. This is the later one, It's not giving me an indication of what the damage is, but I want to test it to see if it is good, because I can see how a life drain would be very useful. Okay, so that's it. Level 60. All right, there he is. Interesting. He's got some interesting stuff. So let's take a look. First, we'll take a look over here. Yeah, those numbers are not bad at all for level 60, aren't they? I mean, that's a lot of power. That's not bad on the speed, and that's kind of chunky in terms of life. He's definitely tanky. Definitely tanky. All right, let's look at these skills. All right, 6-pack rings. Deals moderate water damage. Requires cooldown. And of course, it doesn't say it, but that is multiple enemies. It states multiple enemies. The text, whenever you have a situation where either the effect or the targets say one thing and the text says another, assume the text is wrong. Assume the text is wrong. The only thing I would say is the gauges. Don't trust the gauges. Sometimes they can be really off. All right, Rainbow Warrior, pardon me. Deals heavy special damage, makes enemy very weak against water attacks. All right, if you're in concert with somebody else, that can be very useful. Of course, it looks like he can follow up on that too, especially with Antarctic Water. Deals moderate water damage, may freeze target. Requires cooldown. Of course, that's a 1-round cooldown. These two are both 1-round cooldowns. 1-round cooldowns. Now this last one, Prestige Oil Spill. Steals life from target, requires cooldown. I don't know if I'm actually going to stay with that, but I do want to see how much damage it does. I also want to see if it does water damage. If we can get Rainbow Warrior off here, and then follow up with this one, I want to see if it'll do extra damage and maybe extra draining. It's not giving us any indication in the gauge, the damage gauge, how much damage it does, but I would like to see. I would like to see. And of course his special skill, single target, heavy water damage, may burn, and then he gains a shield for that. So he does some shielding, but he only does it for himself. Now that last skill that I didn't take is a good damage, single target, and it's a shield for himself. Okay, so he's kind of a interesting mix of things, and it's kind of hard to classify him. He's definitely not a damage dealer. He has a couple of good hits. That first one's not so bad. It just by itself, it may not be useful. I don't know. It's really hard to say. But you wouldn't want to probably pour damage on him. One damage rune probably... I don't know. That's a good question. Definitely I've put life on him. You know, health, so he'd be a little tankier. Some damage. You could put another damage on him if you want. But, I don't know. That's interesting. I guess I would have to play with him first before I would be able to make a final decision. But anyway, he's interesting. He's definitely not a cookie cutter of the ones we've seen before. And it should be interesting to see how he works with others in battle. And we're probably going to start using him in the next main video, because our old crew is done, and now we have a new crew. So, anyway, so he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Very interesting starting values, which do seem higher than most others. So, we'll see how he works in battle. So anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.